Yo, Tim.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
I think this might be the most advanced piece of technology we've ever had.
It's a Nintendo.
Dude, this thing merges worlds.
Look, what are you talking? Have you been on Reddit again?
Yeah, but Mario just threw Pokeballs.
No.
Yeah, Pikachu's hitting Bowser with Thunderbolts.
All right. Let me see this multiverse that you're talking about here. So this is Mario Kart.
Yeah, it is.
Does look nice though.
I know, right? Hi guys, I'm Robert.
And I'm Tim.
And this is Review in Progress.
And today we have got a great review for the new Nintendo Switch 2, finally.
And we're gonna find out if it lives up to all the hype.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we had higher expectations for it.
Yeah, but we're gonna go over what's new.
How it actually performs.
And whether or not it's worth your money.
Or if it's just another Nintendo nostalgia machine.
Let's get to it.
All right.
All right, so if you don't want to watch the whole video, we're gonna go ahead and save you a little bit of
TLDR.
hassle. Yeah, so yeah, after using this for about a week, it's clearly the better version, you know?
Yeah.
It's more refined, more comfortable. Overall, just a more smoother user experience, quality product. You're not getting a dramatic jump in visuals, performance, tech, any of that kind of stuff, but it's definitely more of an evolution.
Yeah, and I can attest to that. This is my Switch. I have an original Switch. I have yet to make the jump to the Switch 2, and I can tell you that yeah, there were some significant quality of life improvements that I was very, very happy about. So you know, if you're like me and you already have one, I would wait till the holidays. Just maybe wait for them to go on sale on over the holidays, because I still think that price tag's a little steep. Having said that, if you are new to this and you do not own one of these, then you know the Switch 2 would definitely, with its quality of life upgrades, be a lot more appealing.
Yeah, and especially as a parent, it does feel sturdier, more durable,
oh, yeah.
And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to survive a
little more heft,
preteen or teenager abuse for
Absolutely.
someone who's just not going to take care of it as much as an adult would.
Yeah, it overall just feels a lot better than the original.
I am happy to say that the parental controls are the exact same. It's super neat, but yeah.
But you know, this is for people that, you know, want something fun and consistent. You know, it just like the old days, all the old Nintendo games, they're fun at parties. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Super Mario Party, Mario Kart World, you know, those are all going to be real fun party titles for you and for the kids. So they definitely will keep that going.
Yeah, but if you're focused on like high-end performance, don't come knocking at $450. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna need I mean, the Steam Decks are okay now. That they've definitely feel like outpaced by some of the other competition. So I mean, if you're looking for higher performance, 1080p or something like that,
yeah.
You know, ultra high settings or even medium to high settings, you're gonna have to look at a nice Ryzen processor. But yeah, and those are gonna start anywhere from like 800 or more. So 450. This is what you get.
Is it worth it? I don't know. That's kind of the dividing line between us here. Is it worth it?
Yeah, and whenever we first got this, we did an unboxing, and you know, we opened it up. We looked and saw the main unit along with the controllers, and I know we opened it up. I gotta say that the quality of the controllers is pretty nice. Yeah, sorry, Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons are very pleasant.
Side-by-side comparison, yeah, you can very easily tell that the new Joy-Cons are a little bit bigger, which for us adults is good. For us with adult-sized hands, this thing actually does feel a lot easier to control.
And if you get a grippy grip like that one, that's with a little hump for your palm to kind of rest in. That would be even better.
Yeah.
But for little kid hands.
Nintendo loves peripherals.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they have this magnetic wrist strap for both sides that goes on. Right there, it's got the optical sensor, and it has one inside both of them, so both of them can be used as mice now, which is really, really cool.
I had the pleasure of finding a reason to use it as a mouse yet, but I'm assuming the right bumper.
Here's the dock. They rounded off the edges compared to the original Switch's dock. This back plate comes right off. It has USB-C, HDMI output, and it also has LAN. so you can hardwire this thing to the internet if you want.
Oh, we should have looked up. I mean, I'm assuming it's gigabit. It's
I think so.
Nintendo. I'd be surprised if it's not.
I think so.
Yeah.
Comment down below, but I think so. Yeah.
But a couple other things we forgot to mention. It comes with the little doodad.
Yeah, and it's way easier to use with the magnetic attachment.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Good call, Nintendo.
It does come with a decent little HDMI cable. I don't even know if it matters if it's HDMI 2.
USB-C power brick.
Whatever.
It's a decent size one.
Yeah, it's a 3 amp. It's a multi-volt and a multi-watt, all the way up to 60 watts. I guess because if you're plugging it into this directly, it'll pull a little less.
Probably.
Plug it into that, it pulls a little more.
Probably.
So yeah, no, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, but like we said, there were a lot of, right out of the gate, right out of the box, we do see a lot of significant quality of life upgrades, slightly larger screen and components. The kickstand is way better.
Yeah, it's nice that you can pick your angle.
Yeah, this is all you get with this. that one angle. That's it.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
This is awesome too. The way the tray works. I don't have fingernails because I get nervous and chew them off. But I can open this. I can't open this one.
Yeah, the same thing with the kickstand. The kickstand sucks trying to get this thing open.
Yeah, I was able to do that one, but I'm not able to open the cartridge thing, even if I pick one that has a little bit of a nail.
And of course, on this one on top, they had the USB-C port. They added a USB-C port on top so you could have some kind of peripheral. But that actually brings me to a drawback. So they did show off, you can plug in a webcam, and they now do have like an in-game chat. But it's awful. Oh my God, it was horrible. It's like your little face is in the corner of the screen and it's like barely 480p, like it's barely legible. And from what we saw in the demonstration videos, the audio feedback coming out of those mics sucks. No, it wasn't. It was awful. It was awful. So.
And you're limited to 12 people in a chat, 4 people with video streams. But I don't know.
I'll bet whenever we have the Switch 2.5 version, that will address that, hopefully. But we'll see. That's gonna be another 3 or 4 years down the line.
Hey, Nintendo, let us use our cell phones. Because if your kids have one of these, they probably have a cell phone. Mine don't, but other people's might. Just let us use the quality thing. That would probably solve that problem.
Yeah. So now we've had a chance to kind of interact with it a little bit, and Robert, you were saying from kind of a technical standpoint, it does play a little better.
Oh yeah. From a technical standpoint, performance is more consistent, better load time, smoother transitions, less friction overall. Like it just feels like a little bit of a better gaming experience, but it also feels like, I don't know how many people own a PS4 and a PS4 Pro, or maybe like a PS3 and a PS4 Pro or something. Like some game, like if you play God of War remake on both of them, you'll be like, or Destiny on both of them. Well, you're like, it's a little cleaner.
And I kind of feel like if you're the kind of gamer who is trying to get a game like Borderlands 4, or the Metal Gear Solid Delta, you're not going to get those for the Switch. You're going to get those for like Xbox or PlayStation or PC. Something with higher end that'll be able to, give you that bleeding edge graphical quality of that game. You're going to get the Switch 2 for something like Metroid Prime 4,
Which one of these days I'm gonna play all those.
Yeah.
I actually look forward. I haven't played any of the Metroid Prime. I'm a diehard Super Metroid Prime.
You haven't played a single Metroid Prime?
No.
Not a one?
No, not even one.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Okay.
I really do have that on my checklist. Like, that's before I die.
This is my fault. I was negligent in my duty as his friend,
I have beaten Super Metroid probably 100 times.
Yeah. Well, they have Metroid Prime Remaster is on the Switch 1, so you could get that and play it on the Switch 2 later. But Metroid Prime 2 Echoes and 3 Corruption.
I wasn't a GameCube fan back whenever I think it first released on GameCube.
It did, yeah. Metroid Prime and Prime 2 were on the GameCube. Prime 3 was on the Wii. So for 2 and 3, you're gonna need to get like emulators and play them on the PC.
Wait, they were on what?
Metroid Prime 1 and 2 were on the GameCube, but they've only remastered the first one for Switch. They have not remastered 2 yet. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption was on the Wii, and they have not done a
The
port
original
of that.
Wii or the Wii?
The original Wii. No, the original Wii. Anyway, Metroid Prime 4 is Switch 2, but it's Switch 1 and 2.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, well, I can't wait to have some free time to play them, honestly.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
What's free time? I want some.
I don't know what that is. Not
sounds-
with kids.
That sounds vaguely familiar. I feel like I've had that before.
Yeah,
What is
I
that?
had that one time, a long
that?
time ago. Yeah, so I mean, again, it's not cutting edge, but it is nice.
No,
it is
yeah.
it is a lot of quality improvements, from the bumpers to the kickstand, just the way it feels. Like this
Yeah.
feels a lot like the same texture of your little covers, which is nice and soft. And underneath it, the original is like a plasticky,
Yeah.
you know.
But
this is like a nice soft plastic,
a matte finish.
And the extra USB port on top and bottom is nice. I definitely like the exhaust, the airflow. It's just overall a nicer screen. I do also like how on the old one you can see like this dark border, but at least whenever the Switch 2 is off, you can't. So it gives you that fake perception of you have even a bigger screen than you
Yeah,
do.
it would have been-
until you turn it on.
Yeah, it would have been nice to go have like real borderless.
Yeah.
That would have been nice, but
Yeah.
you know, we get it.
We'll get that on the Switch 4.
Yeah.
One other thing I definitely wanted to go back and talk about was, so we did a kid stress test, okay? And this is something that I know I pay more attention to than probably a lot of others, because, you know, an adult playing on this thing is gonna be a lot different than a 10-year-old child. But for the week we've had it so far, nothing rattles, you know, that's good. It's been dropped a couple times. So it still sounds solid, feels solid. Nothing is shaking or wobbly for the Joy-Cons. So that's super neat.
When you take the mechanical components of this rail system and replace them with magnets, things stop rattling.
Magnets, how do they work?
That was a great idea. Good job, Nintendo.
But so far it's holding up well. It feels solid.
Absolutely. Does not
Nothing's fell
does not
loose.
feel fragile in the way that you would think it would.
And the parental controls are awesome. I have the little parental control app on here, and I can set his little bedtime for, you know, certain time pops up and can't use it anymore unless I put the code in. So you don't even have to worry about, you know, setting a bedtime.
Yeah, and you know, I will concede that is, yeah, and again, he's the parent, I'm not, but I will concede that that is a pretty serious perk that Nintendo has over the other, like all of the consoles, of course, have parental controls, but these guys are the ones that seem to have it like done right as an app on your phone.
Yeah.
Not just on the console, but beyond the console.
And you can even deny software, like communicating with others, or VR mode, visuals, restricted software, an allow list. And-
You can put like you can like basically blacklist certain games that you
Yeah.
can't play or download.
Yeah, or by rating, or maybe even by title. I haven't ever had to blacklist one because I just don't buy them.
Right.
But you could.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
even got custom settings here. But I've never had to worry about
Okay.
that.
Cool.
That's pretty neat.
Right on.
Yeah. But the parental app is definitely really nice. And so if you're a parent looking to get one, either one have the same feature. But it's nice that it works. So even if you upgrade, you don't have to learn a whole new thing again.
So bottom line, overall, it was a good release. Significant quality of life upgrades. Ditching the rail system for magnets was great. A USB-C port on top as well as one on bottom, so you can have peripherals. You know, and improved hardware internally, so the games naturally will play a lot better. That was all very significant. Adding a LAN port onto the dock, that was something people were demanding, so it's a good thing that we did that. Having said that, though, for me at least, yeah, that $449 price tag, that still is just, that's a little, since I already have a Switch, that's just a little too much.
And it was too much for me.
Yeah.
I didn't even pay $449. I bought an open box return warehouse.
That's just really, really hard pill to swallow. And
I got lucky though. I got it closer to like 4.
When you're talking about a non-necessity item like a video game console, you know, it's not a laptop, it's not a port switch, it's not, you know, something like that. It's not a Wi-Fi AP. It's hard, real hard to justify spending that much money. So bottom line, for me, I'm happy with the quality of life improvements, but not happy enough that I'm gonna pay $449 for it. I've been waiting for the holidays, you know, ever since this thing came out, and I'm gonna continue to wait for the holidays to even consider trading in to upgrade. But for somebody who, well, he had a Switch 1.
He has a Switch 1.
Right.
It stopped charging, and so we thought it was dead.
So
and then I bought this, and then we literally went to go take a cartridge out of it, and it booted up, and I was like, what the heck?
I know, yeah, that was crazy.
Like, it just, Phantom didn't go away. Don't want to play today. For like 2 weeks, like we plugged it into every single USB-C charger we could find, and it would not turn on. So I thought the port was dead, and then repairability came into play, and I'm not that good at soldering. At that point, it was kind of, you could pretty much justify that. Yeah, that's basically what pointed me in the direction. It wouldn't have happened if it would have turned on. Yeah. I probably would have just got him some more Switch 1 games, but it didn't turn on, so I bought him a Switch 2, and then somehow it still turned on, so now I don't know. Yeah. I'm probably going to take the Switch 1 and go get Metroid Prime. Now, one thing you should know, you probably know this already, but you're like me, if you're a Switch 1 owner looking to upgrade to Switch 2, a lot of Switch 1 games, they have like upgrade packs that you buy on the store. It's $10, and it basically gives you the Switch 2 version of your Switch 1 game. You don't have to go and get a new cartridge for that. So that'll be something that like I'll have to worry about. Not less so you maybe. Well, I mean, because he only has like a couple of games for it, right? He only has one right now. He lost most of them, so that's why I was going to give him one. Right? Yeah. He doesn't have like a whole folder full of cartridges. He had one. He had one. Right. Okay. So if he was somebody who had a whole folder, that would be a big thing. So yeah, that's it. That's our review of the Nintendo Switch 2. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. Like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to check out our other channel, Tech in Progress, because this channel, we like to review stuff. And comment down below on whether you think $449 is a decent price tag. Yeah, and the other channel, Tech in Progress, that one is where we do crazy stuff. So I don't want to go into too much of it, but if you're a super nerd or an IT enthusiast or an IT professional, you might actually enjoy some of that. We got a lot of cool stuff over there. Maybe you'll enjoy it if you're none of those things. I don't know, because I'm an IT professional. But I feel like most people don't like what we like. We'll see. We can surprise people. We can surprise you. Yeah. That's right. Nothing weird, though, again. Well, not for me, but you know, or me. Lots of weird. I don't know. There's literally a lot of weird stuff. That one time, it just. No, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Yeah. Join us next time. Thank you, guys.